Okay, welcome guys to our new stream. This stream will be doing the Premier League game month show. Episode 2 will be going through the Premier League game month 1. Those are the first four fixtures of the season. So what we'll be discussing today will be the title race. The race to win the title. We'll also be doing the Champions League race, Europa League race, Conference League race, and relegation race. Also do like Golden Boot, playmaker of the season, and like most lethal teams and most defensive. Then the Golden Glove. And finally, we'll end with team form and game month. Interesting matches. You understand?
Cool.
So we start with the title race. First place is Man City, then second place is Liverpool according to the current standings. Then third place is
Spurs are
Liverpool.
going well.
What?
Spurs are doing well, aren't they?
Yeah, they
Spurs.
are.
I don't
Especially
think they'll be
for
up
like a
there.
team.
Uh,
They are a surprise team because nobody really expected them to be in second place at this point. And now,
no way.
especially especially Liverpool. Also, I thought that Liverpool will also slug goal this season. So I'm surprised they're third,
Yeah.
especially with
Liverpool's,
the.
Liverpool's defence is dodgy still, isn't it? That's the thing with them. Still dodgy.
For me, I felt like their midfield will be a problem this season.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why I thought they will not. That's why I thought they will miss out on top four. But it's a surprise after four fixtures. They're in top four. They're in the race for the title at least. Also, West Ham. West Ham is another surprising team here
Yeah, they are.
because
They
after,
are.
huh?
They are, because they got no Rice now. But they're
Yeah,
playing even better without him, aren't they? So,
they
well,
lost like that. They lost their star man Rice as well. Then
yeah.
Arsenal has been a disappointment. I thought Arsenal would be second instead of like fifth. I don't. I feel like maybe Arteta is maybe not
Yeah.
the right man for Arsenal to
No, he's
lead
not.
them in the
He's
future.
not. Never has been, really. Let's put it that way, is it? You know,
It's not.
he tries to be like Pep too much. You know, he's like his twin. You know, he's like, because he was with him, wasn't he? He was like, what was he? His second in command, right hand man, whatever he
Yeah.
was to Pep, and he thinks he can do the same stuff like Pep, but he hasn't got the players like Pep has to do it. And you know,
And
they got to fall into this, the players, and they're not. They can't do it. They're not up to it, mate. You know.
and
So
also I think also he has like less experience of managing a club
yeah, yeah,
because after leaving Man City he was like assistant manager. Then he comes to manage a big club like Arsenal. That's where he did an error in. He should have maybe gone to manage a championship side or maybe like another team in another league, then come and manage Arsenal as his
yeah.
second job as a manager.
Too big for him at the moment, isn't it? This job
Yeah.
too big. Ain't up to it. So
Especially with the expectations this season will be very high. After last
yeah,
season, they 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 were in the race for the title. So this season, Arsenal fans were expected to at least give Man City a better push for the title. Seems like they're not. Also, another team surprisingly in the title race is Brighton.
yeah. Good team, though. Good team, Brian. Decent
Yeah,
team.
they are a good team, but after losing like key players like
McAllister and all that.
McAllister and many others like last
Caicedo.
season,
Yeah.
it
Caicedo
seems
as well. Yeah.
Who else?
Caicedo, isn't it? They lost him, so
Yeah, and they lost their number one goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. So I thought that maybe I knew that they'll finish in like Europa. They'll qualify for Europa football next season, but not maybe in the title race.
no,
So
no.
that's a surprise club. But also considering they've been given like small clubs to play start the season with. Clubs like like they were meant to play Luton Town. That game was postponed because Luton
Mm.
Town does not cannot play at home due to their expansion. Then they played like teams like Newcastle. Which other teams did they play?
What were you Brighton are playing?
Yeah,
Are you on about in Europe or in the Premiership?
no, Brighton.
Yeah, what? Because they obviously got Europa League, haven't they, as well? So I think
No,
that's going to be a problem for them having to play in that as well as the Premiership. That's going to take its toll, maybe. That might
yeah,
keep them outside like the top six, something like that. I think they'll be at least 7th or 8th this time because of that. I don't think they got quite enough. They still up with Tomo and all that, but they haven't got the players they had last season. So it's could be a tough one for them, I reckon. But still rate them. I still think they're a very good team. So I mean, they sort of picked us to that European. Brentford, they picked us to that. So European place, didn't they? Them and Villa. So, but hopefully we can get it this season. I hope we can get up there and get Europe. We nearly done it last season. So, so who knows, really?
yeah. And I think like teams like Brighton and Brentford they have the same philosophy, like in terms
Yeah,
of like buying players, in terms of using data. I think also because both of your owners they work for the same company, the same data company.
that's
So
right.
that
Yeah,
also created.
you're right. Yeah,
So that basically like makes us see like the same identity that Brighton has and Brentford
mm.
has. But do you think Brighton's ahead of you guys in terms of player development?
uh, ahead of Newcastle. Well, yeah, I think Newcastle they're struggling, aren't they? To be honest, at the moment. So I mean, it's a long way to go yet. They might probably pick up and do well. I mean, they've got Champions League, and look how bad that is for them, the Champions League, their group. But, I think they might still be up there, but I think maybe around, I don't know, 6th, 7th, again, 8th, 5th, maybe. But I don't think they'll be in the top 4 or anything, because they finished, was it 3rd last season? So,
Yeah, they finished third. They were
yeah.
close to. No, they finished fourth. They were close to finishing third, but they lost it towards the end.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it could be a bit tough for Newcastle, especially that Champions League group. That's a group of death for them, isn't it, really? So, I think they go down to Europa League myself from there. I can't see them getting through that. So,
Yeah. Also for me, I think that Newcastle will not be focusing that much on Champions League because you
no,
see, there's no way they can be collecting any points, even if they try. Those are very tough teams.
yeah,
So
stick with the
the
Premier. Yeah,
so the focus will be like maybe more of Premier League and also the English competitions.
FA Cup and all that, League Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also I think they'll be looking to win the Carabao Cup, especially last season they went to the final and lost it. They'll be now wanting to go to the final again and now win it this time.
yeah, yeah. I think you're right there, man. Yeah, probably. But we'll see, mate.
Yeah.
I think they're not bad. I mean, you think about all the players they can get. All the money they've got now, Newcastle. So they won't be short of getting top players in. So probably get some more in January. So and then they'd be even stronger then, wouldn't they? So you never know.
And
But I
also,
don't.
I
Sorry,
think
mate.
for Newcastle being like an old club, they've been spending like more carefully than you will have expected, and like a team backed by
Yeah,
Atlantic to spend. They haven't like
yeah,
been buying like too many expensive players like how Man City is. They've been spending like they usually do normal, but not too expensive. That's what I feel.
yeah. Well, City got rid of some, but they can still. They brought some good ones back in, haven't they? So got rid of Gundogan and everything, haven't they? And who's the other ones they got rid of? Trying to think of the other players now. Um, is Laporte still there or not? Did they get rid of him in the end? Laporte,
Laporte,
is he still there?
Laporte, I think he is.
I know Mahrez went. He left, didn't he?
Yeah,
Um, but they seem to get rid of some, but they can still buy quality, bring quality in, can't they? They got that. Was it Guardiol? They brought
yeah,
him in.
Guardian from Everton.
Yeah. And who else did they bring in? Who's
They
that
brought in,
midfielder? Sorry.
they brought in the Tolon, Tonali from
Oh,
AC Milan.
oh, you're on about Newcastle. Yeah, yeah. I thought you meant City, but
No, I'm in Newcastle. Sorry.
Newcastle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tonali, he's good, and you still got Wilson there. Isaac, I rate Isaac. Isaac, is it Isaac or Isaac? I don't know. I don't know how you
I
say
think
that name.
Isaac.
Yeah, he's a great player. So I really rate him. I think he could be one of the top goal scorers this season. Be
Yeah,
right up there. So
yeah. I think Isaac is a good scorer. He has been consistent for Newcastle. I hope that Newcastle can be able to like in the next game month to be able to like improve and get more points because I think this game month they only got how many? Like they only got like 3 points out of like four fixtures, which is only the only win is against Aston Villa.
yeah,
That's a 5-1 smashing. And the rest have been losses.
I think we got them next. I'm sure. I think it's we got them after this international break. I think we got Newcastle. I think anyway. No, we got to play them sometime after it.
Yeah,
So
he got them next.
yeah, yeah, I thought so. So that could be tough, but I don't know the way they're going. They're struggling. I don't know. We might be able to actually beat them. I'm quite confident about that, really, because they're not
But
on
also,
top form. So
but also feel like that Bedford has also been. Bedford, you haven't been winning as such. You started there. You only won one game, and
yeah,
you do the rest of the three games. Especially
yeah,
like the last game against Bournemouth. That was
yeah.
a game
I know.
that people expected you to win, but you ended
Yeah,
up going.
1-0 up, and then sort of blew it, mate. Well, because
Yeah,
they drew and then they were 2-1 up, and I thought, oh shit, we're going to lose. But and Bomo come up with that late goal, thankfully, that equaliser. So no, we got a point in the end. We drew. I think we're one of the teams that drew the most games last season. Brentford, I think we are
last
pretty
season.
much one of the teams that drew the most games. So we're
Let
doing
me
it
check.
again.
Yeah, he drew the most games last season.
Yeah, yeah, we could have won them, most of them. If we'd finished the chances off, a prolific goal scorer, we know we'd have been up there.
Yeah,
We wouldn't been like in the top 10, middle half. We'd have been right up there. But
but I'm saying for Brentford, do you think the problem of like them not scoring too many goals and not collecting the win could be because you guys are missing your number one striker,
yeah, yeah,
Tony?
no Tony in it. So
Yeah,
I don't know. The thing is, right? I don't know if he's actually even going to come back. In January, he might be sold. We might actually sell him for like 80 million or something. And
Who?
the thing is, I think he's great, Tony. I love him. He's brilliant. He's got loads of goals for us last season and everything. But that betting scandal, and then all the time he slagged us off a lot. His own team, we're his own team, and he slagged us off. So if he does go, I'm not too bothered as long as we get 80 mil, and then we can find replacements. Because that's what, and we tried to get back Yoko, and look what happened there. He didn't want to come. He didn't want to come. We bid like 38 million, one of our biggest sort of money signings he would have been, for 38 million, and he didn't want to come. So, Brennan Johnson, another one we missed out on. So, some of them just don't want to come to us. And we're a small team, man, but we are going places. We're doing well, We're a good team. But a lot of players don't want to come to us. Is the problem.
Yeah. And also, I think for Brentford as well, I think for you guys, if you guys qualify for like like Europe football, like this is like next season,
Yeah,
it can help you like market players to be bought in because that player should be look at you like a club that can play Europa League football, Conference League football.
yeah.
So for you guys, you really need the football more than any other club for you to sign players.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing, mate. I mean, if we just had somebody who could stick the ball in the net, that'd help as well, And I mean, we brought Mope back, on loan. He's not even played yet, but I'm hoping he'll do something. But he's not the same player he was when he was with us. I think was it when he was in the Championship and whatever when we was there or League One, but. It would be good if he could get some goals, get us up there again. And if Tony does happen to come back, if we do let him come back, we don't sell him, then maybe, we got a chance of getting back up there and, maybe Europe again. So try and get Europe. So, that's what I'm hoping, really. But just got to wait and see, I suppose.
Yeah. So, like, for like, how do you look at like Crystal Palace like performance so far, like the first four games?
Europa League, yeah. So you think
Yeah,
Palace could get in it? You got there. Or are they just the positions at the moment?
yeah, the
Yeah.
positions like like how like I did from fifth place and then I counted like 3 points, like from
Right,
what
right,
fifth place had.
right. Because I don't think Palace will get up there. I mean, I think they'll be probably in the top 10, maybe, just about. But I don't think they'll be in Europa League position. So Brighton definitely, that they will be probably still there. Well, obviously Arsenal are going to be up in the probably top four.
Yeah,
But
probably.
I don't think they'll win the Premiership, Arsenal. They'll still bottle it or something. It's still something will happen, We're way up with Arteta there. He's scupper them anyway, with him still managing them. So I can't see him winning the Premiership. So,
Also, me, I don't see Ateta winning like the Premier League soon.
no, no. What about the Champions League? They'll probably be booted out of that. They'll probably lose a lot of games in that and go out. So, you
No,
know,
but I think for Champions League they'll probably get knocked out in out of 16.
yeah, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then also like I don't see them winning any trophies this season, to be honest.
no.
Because the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, they could only be knocked out when in the quarterfinals. That's when I see them being knocked out of both
Yeah,
cups.
Yeah, generally they could win an FA Cup. Maybe they won that a lot of times, but I
No,
don't
but
know.
with Man City, they are Liverpool gaining their form. I don't see them
No,
like challenging for an FA Cup title. And
no.
also,
I think Liverpool got the firepower. That's the thing. They still got some good firepower, but it's their defence and everything are not much good, isn't it? So, I mean, Van Dijk. It was. Do you see he's got another game ban? Another game, and he's been fined 100,000.
yeah, it was a one match ban for the next match.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, he's not the same player he was anyway, Van Dijk, is he? So after that bad injury he had, he ain't been the same since that. So and I don't think they've really strengthened the defence that much, Liverpool. So it's always going to be their Achilles heel, their defence at the moment. But I think they got enough up front to still win games and still do well. But I think that defence might cost them a bit in the end. In the end, there. So yeah, I don't. I'm not sure. But I mean, Liverpool. They're in the. Is it Europa League? They're in at the moment, isn't it? Liverpool.
Yeah, they're in Europa League.
Hmm. I mean, if they
And
won it, that means they'd still be in it. But I don't know really. I'm not sure about Liverpool. And they've got some good, a great attack still. And they're getting Salah staying. Did you see that? He's actually staying, Salah now. So,
yeah,
so I think they could still do something, Liverpool, this season. They might win it. They might even win the Europa League. So, but they definitely ain't going to win the Premiership. But I don't know. I don't know where they're finished. Probably fourth, third, something like that.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Yeah,
No, I thought for me, I see them finishing like maybe fourth or fifth.
yeah, yeah. Or just outside it. Yeah,
Yeah, and also I think I wanted to ask, do you think like Virgin van Dijk has his career is finished at Liverpool, considering that he's now getting he has not been at the best form that we haven't seen Virgil van Dijk in a long time at his best
yeah.
form, like the form that used to be in 1920 and the 2018-2019 season.
Oh
So we
yeah,
haven't seen that Van Dijk back. So do you think that maybe this season could be his last season at Liverpool?
yeah, yeah. Possibly, possibly. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Most other teams would probably still have him because he's still decent, but he's not up to the level he was before. But he's still a decent defender. He's not shit, but he'll still be good for some other team. I mean, we'd take him. Just like that, Brentford, we'd have him. If he was to leave, but not that he'd come to us, but we'd definitely have him. But he's still a good player. So
For me, I think if he was to leave a club, maybe he'll go to the Saudi Pro League, like
yeah,
maybe join
yeah,
Al Ittihad, who also wants to sign Salah, so maybe he'll want to join Salah there. That's my
yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, he'd get a big payout, wouldn't he? He'd get a lot of money going there. I mean, like,
Yeah,
what's it, Henderson? Because he's gone there and he's getting a load, isn't he? So,
and also they wanted Gomez there, so
mm,
he'll have a lot of former teammates to play with.
no, exactly, yeah. Yeah, he's got a load of, lot of Premiership players that play for the Premiership. So, yeah, yeah. Is it Mahrez gone there as well, isn't he? He's there, I think.
Who?
Is it Mahrez? Has he gone there? Saudi Arabia?
Morris.
Uh, Ronaldo's gone there, isn't he? Is it Ronaldo, Messi?
No, Cristiano went to Al Nassr
Hmm.
and
Oh, the Conference League race.
Messi went to Inter Miami.
Oh yeah, sorry, Miami. Yeah, yeah. I keep thinking they're all going to Arabia, because it's they're all trying to buy everyone, aren't they? The Saudis, so the Saudi leagues. But yeah, he went to America, as you say. But I'm sure he got a big payout there. He's got a lot of money going there, Messi and did you say Ronaldo's there as well in America?
In where?
In
No,
America,
I
or is
said
he?
no. Then I said Cristiano is at Saudi Pro League,
Right, right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I think for Messi, for him it was either Barcelona or Inter Miami. And then when Inter Miami offered like a stake of ownership, maybe in the future, he chose
Yeah,
the ownership of like going back to Barcelona. And also Barcelona, I think at that time could not guarantee whether they could register him in time for the new season. That's
yeah,
another reason why he didn't sign for Barcelona.
yeah. Well, they're in a bad state, weren't they, Barcelona, anyway, as well, weren't they? So, was it financially and whatever? One stage they were in a bad way, weren't they? So, um, yeah. I
And
mean,
I, f- and,
sorry, go on,
and I
mate.
feel I'm saying I feel like Messi at Barcelona will like change the whole squad because the Barcelona will have to sell a lot of players to get Messi
Yeah,
to come. So that will cause them more problems than Messi not coming at all.
yeah,
Not at all.
definitely, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they're not financially a giant like they used to be, Barcelona, are they? At the moment,
Yeah.
so yeah, the Conference League is you got yeah. So you had put because we're there at the moment, Brentford. We're in the I think it's eighth. We're in. I think it's eighth, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, I think it adds. So what I did,
mm,
I put from 7th place and then I put 3 points that
yeah,
were in between, Crystal Palace points right now. So I minus like 3 points and then I put
yeah.
those in the title race for conference league
Mm.
to qualify for conference league next season, according to current standings. For me as a United fan, I'm disappointed to see Man United in this
Oh, you're a
start.
United fan. You're a United fan, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
disappointed
right,
to,
yeah.
especially after the players we signed like Onana, who else? Onana, Hojland.
Holland, whatever his name is, yeah. And who's the other ones you got?
We signed
Uh,
Mount.
sorry, mate.
We signed Mason Mount.
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
No, actually, we do deserve to be there. Those are not very good signings. They're average signings.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought Harlan. Is it Hovland or Harlan? His name I can't.
I
I
think
thought it was.
Is it Hodgland or
Yeah,
I don't know how to pronounce. But I think
yeah,
like for Hodgland we overpaid for him. 25 million for a striker who hasn't scored like many goals last season.
no.
That's too much money. And for Mason Mount, who has been on
Oh,
bad
Mount.
form last
Yeah,
season, we overpaid for him. And
yeah.
then for Onana, we paid a good price, to be honest.
He's
And
supposed to be a good keeper though, Onana, isn't he? He's a good keeper apparently, really good. And he's like
yeah,
comes out and like a ball player coming out as well, and he's good passing and everything, good on the ball, isn't he? So
but I feel like for United, we bought Onana like too early. We're not ready for his style of play yet.
uh, uh,
We don't have those defenders to suit his style of play.
Mm,
because when we have like a super goalkeeper, then we have like defenders like Harry Maguire. How can you trust defenders like Harry Maguire like
mm,
defend you when you're going outside your box? And also players like defenders like on Evans, Johnny Evans. That's why I'm saying that in United signed Onana too early, and I feel like maybe in the next two seasons we should have signed him, not this season, because we're not
yeah.
ready for the style of play yet. And that what I was afraid of when I saw that we were going to sign him,
Mm,
because knowing our defense and the way our midfield does not like play that well, and now losing like a midfielder like Fred, possibly losing like Van de Beek,
mm,
that will leave our midfield like without like any good players in it. Even though Rabat is coming in from Fiorentina. He's only going to like replace one player of like Fred. He's not going to replace Van der Beek if Van der Beek leaves. That's
yeah.
what I'm feeling.
Yeah, he's done nothing though, Van der Beek there, is he? Let's be honest. So
Yeah.
ain't done a lot.
I also feel like United should let him. I feel like Van der Beek has always been a panic purchase for United. Like
Mm,
we never really needed him as such.
no.
I never like I think for Van der Beek I've never found like a spot in United where he fits in perfectly. Because Bruno, you can never say he'll be Bruno's backup because Bruno never gets tired. Bruno like Bruno doesn't get injured as such. Even that time when he got injured, the next day he was back at training. So
Mm,
where is he going to get the game time from? That's
mm.
what I, that
Yeah.
also
So where do you think you'll finish this season, United? Where do you think you'll be?
this season.
Yeah.
If we don't continue, if we continue the way we are, we could finish in Europa League football,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then
Is
next
that
next
good enough
summer,
for you or not? Is that do you want what do you want? Top three, four? Would you be happy with that? Or no Champions
yeah,
League again? Or
I'll be happy. I'll be hoping for Champions League again because with this team, I don't. The Champions League seems very hard to achieve
yeah,
unless
yeah,
we start playing together well, and our midfield starts to feel like it's a midfield.
mm,
Apart from that, I don't see us like getting Champions League football next summer, and then we'll have our owners trying to compensate for Champions League football, lack of Champions League football by giving the manager whatever he wants.
yeah,
Each
yeah.
appeal, yeah,
Yeah, I think you'll still be. I think you'll be around maybe the top five. I would say United. I mean, you're still gonna, get something. I mean, what about if you could win a say a League Cup or something or FA Cup this season? Would that be good enough for you, or you be happy with that?
to win what?
Say FA Cup or League Cup, something like that again.
No, for us, it amounts to like retain the Carabao Cup, and also it will be good to win like the challenge for FA Cup, and at least if we try to like finish in Champions League we try to like get knocked out, like maybe semi-finals, that would be good enough.
Yeah, yeah.
And that
Well,
would be that would be a good season considering like the squad strength and the squad quality.
You're a big
But
club still, aren't you? You're a massive club, so. really you should be up there. You know, you should be winning things, shouldn't you? To be honest, so you know,
Yeah. And I feel like the problem with United is our problem has never been like the manager. It has been who owns the club, the Glazers. The Glazers have not been like
yeah,
investing so much into the club. They've been taking more out of it. So that's a problem. And once we get the Glazers to sell the club, and that will be one problem out of the club.
yeah,
And once we now start buying players who focus on doing the work instead of posting reacting to managers' comment interviews in on Instagram, we'll move as a club. If we get players who don't have who play as a team, who are not like want to be the star. So,
mm,
and also I think for this season, the reason why we are not the reason why we are in like in this kind of standings is because we don't have strikers like shooting many goals.
no,
As Rashford hasn't found he hasn't found his shooting boot yet. He's only scored one goal. Martial hasn't has Martial scored a goal this season?
no.
Hmm? Now I'm asking, has Martial scored a goal this season?
Oh, Martial.
Yeah.
I don't think he has he? I don't believe he scored. So it's strange though because he's a good player. You know, but how long's he been there now? He's been there so many years, hasn't he? And come on as
Yeah.
quite when he was a young player, wasn't he? Was he in his 20s or something when he started there?
Yeah,
Early
I think
20s
he's
or whatever.
20s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Martial hasn't scored a goal this season.
No, I didn't think so. But I mean, that's the problem. He's still a great player, but he just hasn't done it, has he? I mean, there's been patches where he's had like on great form, and he's probably scored a few. But then after that, he's dipped again, isn't it? His form's gone, and he's done nothing. You know, and you think, well, you know, why is he like that? Why can't he be consistent? You know,
And I think also his injury history, he
yeah,
never like he's not fit enough for a whole season. Like he can play some games, then you find
mm,
out in training he got injured and then he's missing like 2 months out.
yeah,
And United like having him as our main striker, that
yeah,
would be bad news. So if he's like the bell, like what Barcelona used to have Osman the bell, because
yeah,
both of them are similar players. Both of them are talented, but what's holding them back is injuries.
yeah. It's a problem, isn't it? Keeping them fit, but
Yeah,
um, yeah, it's the same for some other teams, ain't it? And they got like these strikers that are always injured. Like what's it, Arsenal with Jesus? He's injured most of the time, isn't he? So you
yeah,
know, like what about Everton? Calvert Lewin, he's pretty much always injured, isn't he? So you know, it's tough for them. You know, because they'll probably be in danger again, relegation, wouldn't they, Everton? So I think although
yeah,
they've got this Beto now, they've got a new striker called Beto. So I don't know. He looks all right. He looks quite good. So you know, he might save them. He might keep them up, Everton again. So, but as you say, I mean, it's hard keeping these players fit. Sometimes these great players, you know,
mm.
it's like
And also,
Arsenal Party, you know, Party for Arsenal. He's
yeah,
injured a lot now, isn't he? So it's really tough.
I also think the match schedule is also like there's a lot of matches being played in a single season. Like we have like a player can play like averagely like instead of the traditional of like 50 games, most of them are playing like 60 to 70 per
Yeah,
season, playing for the club and also plus the Atlantic. And those are
that's
too
right.
many
Yeah,
games. And I feel like that's something that should be addressed by the players. That they should like reduce the time the match schedule not to make it be too much hectic for the players. Because
Yeah,
come next 5 seasons, we'll have players like retiring like at an early age, and we wonder why they've retired. Because most of them they'll have burnt out by then. Players like Saka, players like Rashford, who are good, but they'll burn out due to being pledged too
yeah.
much.
Saka definitely. I think when he played again for England today, he was great for England to be honest. But he's sort of he's going to be burned out, isn't he? As you say, he's so young still, but they keep playing in England and Arsenal because Arteta won't drop him, will he? So he's going to be burned out by 25. You know,
He will
and
be burnt out.
Rashford the same. So
But at least Rashford, he has like Ten Hag has somebody to like replace him. But at Arsenal, I don't think they have somebody to replace Saka at right wing. So Saka will most likely be the one to be burnt out before Rashford is.
yeah,
Because at United we have Pelistri to play there. We have Sancho who can play that wing. Well, for Arsenal, they don't have anyone. They depend on Saka to perform for them to win games.
yeah, yeah. Oh, he's a great player, Saka, but he's got to have a rest at some stage, isn't he? He can't play every game. He's not a machine, is he? So
Yeah.
he's human. So he's got to have a rest at some stage. But they don't want to rest him because he's a great player, no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, you've got to rest. Everyone's got to rest. No matter how fit you are, you
There's,
still got
there's
to rest.
the same thing about Bruno as well.
Mm,
Uh, I'm afraid that one day Bruno will like burn out because you see Bruno plays too many games, and when he's injured, and then you finally think that he gets time to rest, we see him like talking to the manager and saying, "I'm fit enough to play the next game."
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He's a great player, Fernandez as well. But as you say, the only thing with him, you made him captain, and I think sometimes he argues too much. He's a bit annoying. He's a bit, angry and gets annoyed too much. Sees red mist a bit and goes off on one. And I think, he's in danger of getting booked a lot and even being sent off. So, as great as he is, talented as he is, he still has that issue. And then also he goes out of games sometimes as well, doesn't he? He
no,
fades out of game. So
but I feel like that's a better captain to have than Maguire,
yeah,
who doesn't have like the winning mentality. Maguire, you'll see him like blaming his teammates, but not himself for the bad performance.
so mate, I'm still listening to you. It's just can I
Oh,
just go to the toilet quickly, mate? Is that all right? Sorry,
yeah,
I'll just go.
I'm saying for Maguire, you'll see him like blaming other like players. Like you'll see him saying that we didn't lose because a teammate who like Rashford wasn't quick enough. While for Bruno, he'll say we need to lose because we didn't play well. I feel like Maguire also he should from the beginning shouldn't have been Man United captain. It should have been like David De Gea who should have become Man United captain at that
Yeah,
time. That's what I feel.
yeah, yeah. It's all right. Yeah, yeah. You're right there, mate. Yeah. So Sorry, I just quickly went to the toilet. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
But yeah, I agree with you with that. So, but yeah, so who do you think? Who would you have as captain if he wasn't captain? Who would you make captain of United?
If Bruno wasn't captain of Maguire,
Yeah, well, say if like Bruno's out at all, injured or got sent off or whatever, who would be captain then?
I feel like maybe somebody like Casemiro.
Yeah, he's good, Casemiro, great player still, isn't he? So he's like in his 30s now, I think, but early 30s, but I still rate him, still a great player. So
Yes, he's a good player. And I feel like he has like leadership roles. He has leadership skills as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, relegation, you got that? Yeah,
We
yeah.
have like Wolves, Bournemouth, Sheffield United,
Hmm.
Everton, Luton Town, and Burnley.
That could be some of the teams that would be that. I think that's how it finished. Some of them down there. I think maybe Luton. I would think definitely would be down there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about, but I thought Burnley would do well this season. I thought they'd get maybe at least mid-table, but I don't know really. Everton a struggle definitely. Sheffield United, I think they're a struggle. Bournemouth are actually doing okay, but I don't know. Wolves definitely. I think they'll be down there as well. So definitely Luton. I'd say I reckon they'll be second or bottom. Luton. So um, Everton possibly. I think they might just get out of it. Everton though.
Yeah, but they might escape it again for the second season in a row.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I reckon so because they got a striker now, a new striker. So might be enough for them to get out of it.
No, but I think next season Everton is in danger for to being relegated next season
Yeah,
because he cannot like face relegation like three times and then you escape it three times in a row. Unless because the third time we'll end up actually getting relegated.
yeah, yeah. I
Especially
mean, Sheffield United would probably be down there, wouldn't they? Do you think they should? Will probably be down there, Sheffield United. So, um, anyone else could you see being dragged down into it? Would Forest be down there again, or do you think they'll be up further this time, up higher? Forest.
I think Forest will still be they will not be relegated or in any relegation like battle like this season because the way that Forest is playing, I feel like they will be a mid-table team this season.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
I
teams like
agree.
Wolves,
Yeah,
Bournemouth, Sheffield United, Everton, Luton Town, and Burnley. I feel like that could be the relegation like battle come the end of the season.
yeah, yeah. I'd like to see. I'd love to see Luton stay up, but I don't think they will. But because I have an affinity with like underdog teams, lower teams, because we're one ourselves, Brentford. So I have an affinity with them. So like with Forest, obviously when they come up, I'm glad they stayed up.
Yeah,
And I'd love to see Burnley do something at Sheffield United, but I'm not sure. It might be too much for them this season. So I think they probably will be down there, unfortunately.
yeah.
But trying to think of who else, what other team would be down there that would struggle. Um, trying to think now. Who else?
Maybe Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? They got all that money and brought all them great players, but they're not gelling, are they? So
Yeah,
they're not doing very well. But nah, they wouldn't be down there, would they? Nah.
maybe they
Um,
will.
Trying to think, I can't see the table at the moment. If I could see the football table, league table, I'd be able to know. But trying to
Maybe I
think.
can try get the league table for you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can bring that up. Yeah. Or I'll get it up on my phone here as well. Put it up on there. Hold on a minute. Trying to get it up on my phone. It's a bit slow.
I think Ollie is trying to join.
Hold on a minute. No. So, can't get to it at the moment. Oh, you're bringing it up?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
You can see the table.
Yeah. Who else? Villa wouldn't be down there, I don't think. Fulham, yeah, they're struggling a little bit. They could get down. They could go down there, couldn't they?
But Fulham impressed me, especially against a team like Arsenal.
Yeah, but we beat them
Fulham has
easily.
like a
We beat
fighting
them
spirit.
3-0. We beat them 3-0 for them. So beat them easily. Newcastle are down there at the moment in the bottom half, but they're finishing the top half. So
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe Chelsea could be down.
yeah, wouldn't that be something? If they got all that money and stuff, and they could still have a chance of going down.
I think Oli as a Arsenal fan will like Chelsea to be relegated.
Yeah. I think everyone likes seeing relegated. Because they spent all that money and it ain't helped them, is it? So
Yeah. To be honest, I don't see any other teams except from what I mentioned: Wolves, Bournemouth,
yeah,
Sheffield United, from basically
yeah,
from 15th to 20th. There's no
yeah.
other team I
Those
see
teams you
being
got there, I
relegated.
think, will be down there. Yeah. I still think Fulham might get dragged into it myself, but I don't know.
Fulham,
Yeah, I still think Fulham might get dragged into it, mate. Yeah, possibly.
maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
I'll stop sharing so that I can
Yeah, it's
go
fine,
back
mate.
to
Yeah.
so that I can go back to the presentation.
Yeah, Ollie. All right, mate.
Yeah,
How
I'm all
you
good. I'm all
doing,
good.
Yeah,
mate?
you're good, Oli.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Big up for having me on.
You're welcome. So we'll
So,
go to the
Mr. B,
best.
are you from Brentford?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
So we
Best
got
defence.
like the best defense. Like so far this season, it has been Man
City is
City
you.
cause
Yeah.
it has been Man City
What
conceding
does
like
GC mean?
GC,
Goals conceded, isn't it?
Oh,
goals
goals conceded.
conceded.
Yeah.
So, Man City have conceded 2 goals. Wow.
Yeah,
How many have Brentford conceded, Mr. B?
Oh, God. Took more than we usually do. I think it's about, is it 5, 6, something like that?
Probably 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Arsenal
Yeah,
conceded 4. I mean, that's not bad considering the Fulham result.
yeah,
So we 2-1 Sheffield, 2-1 Nottingham Forest, 2-2 Fulham, and then 3-1 Man United. Then obviously we kept the clean sheet against Crystal Palace. But we've got a big chance to try and keep another clean sheet against Everton next, which I think we can possibly do.
yeah.
Everton is very shit at the moment. They're 18th in the league. They've only got 1 or 0 points so far. So if we lose to Everton, that is the most embarrassing result ever. Because we've beaten Crystal Palace, we've beaten Man United, we
Yeah.
drew to Fulham, and we beat Nottingham Forest. And if we lose to a side that are in a relegation team, that are at their home ground, who are coming into this game with not England's number one, a shit defence, a striker who can't score, and
Yeah.
no one I can name in the midfield. We have to beat Everton, and I'm going to go on a big run if we lose that game because we need Man City to draw or lose, and then obviously Tottenham, Liverpool, and West Ham. We need them to results go in their favour. Obviously, West Ham play Man City, so we probably want to draw in that result. Tottenham don't know who they're playing, and then Wolves are playing Liverpool. So we want all these big teams to lose or draw for us to go up the table again. We're currently 5th, I think, with a goal difference of four. So we've scored.
Yeah.
We scored 8 goals and conceded
4 goals.
4. So we've got a goal difference of 4, and we're 5th. Think of West Ham. I think they're a bit of a fluke at the moment. Obviously, they've signed Ward-Prowse, Alvarez. They got Antonio up front, but they drew to Bournemouth, I think, and then Liverpool drew to Chelsea. Tottenham drew to Brentford, and then Man City are on 100% record. So listen, we do need to win this league title this year, and if we don't, Arteta has to go. I've backed this manager for 5 years now since he's joined. We finished 8th, 5th, and 2nd, and now this is our big chance to win the league. Obviously, we drew to Fulham. We were 2-1 up, and we conceded late on. And obviously, we were 1-0 down in a minute on the clock, and then we came back and scored 2-1, but we conceded late on. But if we would have won that Fulham game, we would have, once again, with Man City, had a 100% record. And if our goal difference would have been all right, we probably could have been top of the league into the international break. Obviously, England just drew 1-1. It proves that Southgate needs to go as well. Yeah, I watched it as well. Absolutely ridiculous. This manager has to go right now. If we don't do anything in Euro 2024, this manager has to leave the nation. You can't go from losing in the Euros final to getting knocked out in the quarterfinal of the World Cup, and now you're drawing to freaking Ukraine. You have Mudryk and Zinchenko in their team. Like, you should be beating Ukraine. That's an easy 3 points. And now we've got Scotland. And if Southgate does not pick Ramsdale in that Scotland game, I will be fucking pissed. Because Pickford's been playing all these games for fun because he's been picking his friends, and now he doesn't give Aaron Ramsdale, who's Arsenal's number 1, better than Pickford, in my opinion. If he starts Pickford, this manager has to go. It's a friendly game. We don't get 3 points. We don't win the Nations League. We don't win the World Cup, Euros. It's a friendly game. So if we don't start Aaron Ramsdale in that game, I am going to be pissed. And sorry for the language there, but if we do not start Aaron Ramsdale in that game, then I don't know what to think. But going off topic now, but in the Premier League, Arsenal do need to win this season. If we finish 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, that is not a good season. We need to win this league. Finishing 2nd was good enough. We won the Community Shield. We got knocked out in 3rd round of the FA Cup, and I think we got knocked out in the 4th Cup of the Carabao Cup because we beat someone like Oxford, and then we lost to Man City or a big team. So I think we lost to Brighton or something in the Carabao Cup, and then we lost to Man City. No, that's it, right? We lost in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup with Carl Hean in goal, and then we lost with Matt Turner in goal. And obviously, Matt Turner has gone to Nottingham Forest, and he's the number 1. James Trafford, obviously under 21s England players, gone to Burnley. Obviously, Fabianski, former Arsenal player, lost his place to Areola. Martinez, former Arsenal player, playing for Aston Villa. Leno, obviously former Arsenal player, playing for Fulham. So, as I said, I've told multiple people we need to win this league, otherwise Arteta has to go. And the only reason they're saying this is every season we've gone through, we've improved. We've gone from 8th to 5th to 2nd, and now to possibly go and win this league. And the only thing stopping us is Man City. If Man City keep winning games and don't drop points, and we keep dropping points and winning these games, blah, 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 we are not winning this league. So the only 2 games that matter are Man City at home and Man City away. And if we don't win or lose, if we lose both of them, we're not winning the league. If we win one and lose one, possibly. If we win both, we're definitely winning the league. Because if you beat the best team in the league 2 times, you are definitely going on with that. 6 points from the biggest team in the league and possibly the world because they won the Champions League. But yeah, we need to win the league this season, man. And if we don't, I'm going to be absolutely pissed at the manager. I'm going to blame the board, blame the Cronkies, blame the team, blame Arteta. Because obviously, sorry for joining late. I was out watching a football match and then I was watching some TV. But yeah, as I said, I've made it clear that we need to win the league this season. We're currently 5th in the table going into the international break. We can possibly go top if Liverpool, West Ham, Man City were all to drop points, and Tottenham. For me, also, this debate with Arsenal better than Tottenham. Arsenal are clear better than Tottenham. And if anyone says that Tottenham are better than Arsenal, they're clearly out of their mind and dumb, because you can't say that a team who hasn't won a trophy in 15 years to a team that's just won the Community Shield is better than them. I just really don't get it. If anyone says Tottenham are better than Arsenal, they do not have any ball knowledge whatsoever. You cannot say Tottenham are better than Arsenal. That's like saying Barcelona are better than Man City. There's no way Barcelona are better than Man City because Man City just won the Champions League. Barcelona are corrupt. They've got no money. They've not even topped their group in their league or whatever. So for me, yeah, Man City is the only way stopping us, and we need to win this league. But we'll move on, and Arsenal really do need to win this league this season. That's my point made.
Yeah, might bottle it again though.
Yeah, we're not going to bottle it again. As I said, if we do bottle it, Mikel Arteta has to think about his job. His job is on the line if we bottle it again, because I don't think we bottled it, Mr. B. We just didn't. We weren't good enough to win the league. We finished 5 points behind Man City. We were 248 days at the top. We played well. We lost a few games. I think what happened was we drew 3 games in a row, and then we lost to Nottingham Forest. And obviously, that Nottingham Forest game decided the league because the Man City players were watching the game. And if Nottingham Forest were to win, they would have won the league. And that's what happened. And there was plenty of games still to go in that game. What lost us the league is the draw to Southampton, the draw to West Ham, the draw to Liverpool. Then obviously we lost to Nottingham Forest. We lost to Man City twice. We lost to Liverpool. We lost to what? Probably Tottenham. No, we beat Tottenham twice. I think we lost it. But the thing is, the only problem is we haven't lost a game. The only way stopping us losing this league is losses. And if we lose a game, draw a game, we are not winning this league. So we need to go out and beat Everton, win all our games, beat Man City, beat Liverpool at Anfield, beat Man United at Old Trafford, beat Everton at the Goodison Park, and make records. And we need, as I said, Missed B, we did not bottle the league. We just weren't good enough at the end. We didn't finish off our chances. We didn't win games. We drew games. I don't want to say we bottled it. We finished second, and that's all that happened. Everyone's saying, "Oh, we bottled it. Put a bottle on your badge. You bottlers. You finished second." Finishing second is a big achievement. Not many teams can do that. Liverpool finished second loads of times, and they obviously won the league once. Chelsea don't do very well. Man United finished third. Brentford finished 10th. Liverpool finished third. Well, no, fourth or actually fifth or something. Chelsea finished 13th or whatever. So listen, I don't think we bottled it, Mr. B. I think we just weren't good enough, and we didn't win many games. So for me, when people say we bottled the league, I just get really pissed because you think about it, we did bottle the league, but we finished second. That's what I'm saying. We finished second in the league. We didn't bottle it. We finished second. And I don't think we bottled it, Mr. B. I know you're saying we bottled it and we missed out on winning the league because Man City suddenly decided to drop points against Brentford and then obviously win all those games at the end of the season. But for me, if Man City were to drop more points in that season, we would have won the league. Say they dropped points to, say, Chelsea and Liverpool, and then we won games, we would have stayed top and then obviously won the league. But Man City, obviously, 3rd time in a row winning the league. They can make it 4 this year, which is no other team has done that. And obviously, they're going to go for the quadruple again. Obviously, they won the FA Cup. Man United won the Carabao Cup. Arsenal won the Community Shield. They won the Champions League and they won the league. And they're in the Club World Cup as well. So don't forget that. They're another trophy they could win. But for me, that Community Shield game gave me a lot of confidence after finishing second year. It's a trophy, scored a late goal, won on penalties, beat Man City. And from Man City's point of view, missed out on silverware, could have won the quadruple actually because they won the treble. They lost to Arsenal, they lost on penalties, conceded a late goal. So for me, I think Fabio Vieira's favourite moment was the Community Shield because he scored late on, he won the winning penalty. And for me, it's silverware. I don't care if it's a bowl plate for a flipping pizza to put on it, but it's a trophy and it counts as silverware. So for me, winning the Community Shield was more beneficial than finishing second because we finished second, Man City won the league, blah, blah, blah. But winning the Community Shield and beating Man City was very satisfying. For us to win a trophy, for us to go into the season with a high. And obviously we beat Nottingham Forest, we beat Crystal Palace, and obviously we drew to Fulham, which we don't want to talk about. At least we didn't lose, that's the only problem. And then we beat Man United, and now we've got Everton away. And look, you can cry the Garnacho goal was onside, or the Rice goal was lucky, the Jesus goal was offside. Listen, the Garnacho goal was offside, and the 2 goals we scored were lucky. Obviously, we went 1-0 down and scored within 30 seconds, but it's very early on in the season. You can't say Burnley, Everton, Luton are going to get relegated. You can't say that Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, Tottenham and Man City are going to finish top 4. You can't say Brentford are going to finish in the Conference League or whatever. But for me, we do need to win this league, and there will be serious consequences. Blaming the manager, blaming the squad if we do not win this league. I would take top 5. I'd take second. I'd take winning the FA Cup and finishing second. But if we don't win any trophies and finish second, that's when I'm going to question whether we should keep Arteta. But I like Arteta. I think he's a good manager.
Yeah, he might be the only one. But,
Yeah. I know a lot of people don't back Arteta, and he's not a good manager.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do back Arteta. I think he's a good manager.
For
He
me, I
won
don't
the
think.
League Cup.
Yeah, he won the League Cup. He won the Community Shield
He
twice.
won't win it this season.
Yeah.
Some team
Well,
will not-
listen, we've won the FA Cup. He won the FA Cup with us as well. Actually, we've won the FA Cup the most times. We've won 14 times, and we're hoping to make it 15 if we do. I think we got Brentford away, Mr. B.
Yeah, I believe you have.
Yeah, yeah, and apparently
Yeah.
David Ray is allowed to play, Mr. B.
Yeah, don't worry. We're
Yeah.
getting some goals past him. Don't worry.
No,
He
you
might stop
won't.
goalie, but
I can't believe
Oh,
Ray
no.
has got a tattoo on his back of when he kept his first clean sheet against Brentford against Arsenal. It's ridiculous.
It's
And he's
Arsenal,
moved to
yeah.
Arsenal and he's got a tattoo about his first clean sheet he's conceded against
I
Arsenal.
remember it well. I remember that well. 2-0.
Yeah, I remember that as well. I got really upset when that happened.
I wasn't. I was happy.
Oh, but I wasn't upset when we beat you 3-0. So we beat you
Well,
3-0 with
yeah.
a great Fabio Vera goal. I remember that day very well.
We
That
didn't turn
was
up,
a good
mate.
game.
We didn't turn up for that game. So
Yeah, he didn't turn up. But listen, we're going to beat you in the FA Cup and we're going to do the double in the Premier League as well.
League Cup. I mean, you won't
League
beat
Cup.
us in the
I don't
League
think
Cup.
we'll face you in the League Cup. Who have you got in the League Cup?
We are. We're facing you, mate, in the League Cup. We got
Oh,
you
what about the FA
Carabao
Cup?
No,
He has the Carabao Cup. The FA
Won
Cup.
it.
Because my team Western, I saw them today. They got the qualifiers, the FA Cup next week. So the FA Cup must be quite later on in the year or next year. But yeah, we've got you in the
January.
Carabao Cup, haven't we? I mean, Mr. B, that's going to be an interesting game. I think Arsenal can win, but if Brentford win, that would be a big shot, I think. I know a few Brentford fans, but nah, we're beating you, mate. Arsenal are better than Brentford.
Hat-trick. How about that? Mope hat-trick.
Mope, no, you haven't even got Ivan Toney in your squad.
Yeah, we don't need him, mate. We'll be all right.
Yeah, you got Mbabu, mate.
And Bomo, brilliant.
And Wisa. You've got Wisa in attack.
Yeah. Quality players, mate. Quality.
What's your thoughts on Mark Flecken then?
Not bad. Decent keeper, actually. I mean, he's good with his passing. I think he's better than Raya with his passing. But,
So what do you think is the difference between Raya and Flecken?
I think Raya is a bit better at shot stopping. He
Yeah.
made some really great, saves last season, kept us in games at times. So I mean, Flecken's yet to produce some really great saves.
Yeah, I think Flecken needs to get his chance. He's only early on in the season being given the number one shirt, but I think the Raya thing happened. Obviously, it's a loan deal, but it happened quite suddenly. I think it was towards the end of the window, and it's obviously the end of the season. Then we can possibly buy him for 26 million if we like him. But the thing is, I don't see Raya get any game time. I know he'll play in the Champions League, the FA Cup, obviously the Carabao Cup against you. But he's not going to get any game time in the Premier League. So whether he wants to go back to Brentford to play Premier League or he wants to stay at Arsenal and be the number 2. So it's a situation where he either wants to sit on the bench or he wants to play every game. So for me, listen, it's a good signing for us. It's our final signing. Obviously, it's still September window in the Saudi League. Obviously, Pepe's gone now. But yeah.
Yeah. So
Sorry for taking over a little bit there, mate. Sorry about that. We were sort of chatting.
Right.
Sorry about that, man.
it's okay. Well, I was just going to tell Oli that I don't think
Good.
Arsenal will win the Premier League this season. But it seems like he went he went away before I could tell him that.
Yeah, sorry, we were taking over your show a bit there. Sorry about that.
Oh, he said he had to go, so that's why.
Okay.
So the best attacks like so far this season has been like in terms of shots has been like Brighton with 83 shots, and you see there's a collision between the best shots and also the goals scored. Because Brighton
Oh
is
yeah.
leading in terms of goals scored. So, so do you think that Brighton has started on a good note in terms of attacking?
They have, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they look really good still. I mean, they may have lost some Caicedo and McAllister and whatever, but they've still done really well. They're still very, very threatening up front. Mitoma, I rate him, great player. Who else have they got up front? Trying to think now. Ferguson, he's good. Rate him,
Yeah,
great player.
he's a great player.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he got a hat trick in that last game, didn't he? So,
Yeah, I think it was against Newcastle. He got a
yeah,
hat
yeah.
trick. Yeah,
Yeah, rate him. And who's the other one? Of course, Welbeck's still there. He's still not a bad player, but yeah, they got a good attack still. I think they're going to be up there still. They're going to at least be 6th or 7th, maybe. So, not in the top 5, but they'll be around there.
and do you think that is a good start considering that the Europa League is starting soon?
Yeah, yeah. I think that they could do maybe quite well in the Europa League as well. So they can maybe get to, I don't know, what do you reckon, the 3rd, 4th round or quarters even maybe? Could get to the quarters.
No,
Possible.
no, for me, I see them going to Conference League from that group
Oh, right. So they take a
because I
step
think,
down. Yeah.
yeah, because you see the group is, you can say it all. The group is good, it's a good group, but I don't think they're ready to compete to
No.
go to round of 16 for Europa League. So I think it will be a step down to Conference League for them. It is a better, it's better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever it's a success for them, isn't it? So, where they were from, what was it? Well, they was in the Championship not so long ago. And, what, two or three seasons ago, they were Championship, weren't they? So,
Yeah,
from where they were to how they are now, amazing. But they got the money as well. That's the thing, isn't they? Rich chairman and all that. So, so they're doing really well there.
SPS, they got really good money from, especially from scamming Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah. All that money, yeah, for Caicedo. So, McAllister,
Casado, who else? Roberto Sanchez,
Sanchez, yeah.
Colacala,
McAllister, yeah.
also, like most of Chelsea's squad is made out of Brighton players that they
Yeah.
have got.
Yeah, Cucurella and all that they got, and Caicedo. Um,
Yeah,
who else they got from Brighton? Um, I don't know.
um,
Can't think of anyone else.
but they are overspent on those players though. And I wanted to ask, do you think like Chelsea being here on like most shots, or why do you think that Chelsea cannot convert those shots into goals?
That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, they got who's that guy that was in and Kunku, wasn't it? That got injured. That striker they
Yeah,
got, and I think he would have got quite a few goals. Jackson, he's still there. Whether he could get goals, I don't know. Sterling, he's in good form actually. Sterling, and he's left out for England, but he's in great form at the moment. Sterling in the best form he's been for ages. So how he's left out for England, I don't know, but he's in top. He might get a few goals there now, Sterling, I reckon. So he got, was it 2 the other day? Was it 2? He scored against some team the other day. So he's on top form.
yeah,
Um, Jackson, yeah, could get a few. Yeah. Who else do you think could chip in there with goals?
What about who else? The wingers especially, like
Yeah.
players on the wings. I
Well,
think
Mudryk, he's no good. Mudryk, is he? He played for Ukraine today. He was shit today as well. Mudryk. So, trying to think. Yeah.
what if
Fernandez. What about Fernandez?
Fernandes?
Yeah,
Fernandes,
he's
he's
quite
more.
good.
I think he's more of like a midfielder, like stopping the
Yeah.
goals from being scored,
Yeah.
than the player scoring the goals. Because I think Chelsea so far they've only scored like 5 goals this season, but yet the number of shots they have is 67. So we are wondering what happened to the rest of the shots that
Yeah.
happened.
Well, they're having plenty of shots. That'd be a problem if they weren't having a load of efforts, wouldn't it? But
Yeah,
if they, at some stage they're going to convert those. Somebody's going to convert them at some stage. So if they keep having them shots or more, they're going to get goals. They're going to go up the league. They're going to start going up the Premiership. So, I think they will. I think they'll be all right. Chelsea, to be honest, I think they'll be off just off the top four, probably 5, 6, 7, around there. But
yeah.
they could win a cup this season. I think possible.
I don't see them winning a cup.
Oh right, well not FA Cup or anything. No.
No, I feel like Arsenal has more chances of winning an FA Cup than Chelsea does.
Yeah, yeah, possibly. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think they
I
will
think so.
start converting though. I think they're good. They're better off than they were because you see when they struggled last season, they had nothing, did they, up front last season, and they finished below us. we was above that. We was like 10th or whatever, and we was about. I think were they 12th, 13th, Chelsea, were they?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and
So
I feel like for Chelsea, if they kept like Lukaku for this
mm,
season, we'll have maybe converted some of those shots into goals. Because Lukaku is known for like if you give him opportunities to score, he'll score those goals.
yeah, but I don't know. He's yeah, he's been a failure mostly wherever he's gone, isn't he, Lukaku? That's the problem. I mean, who's it he's gone back to now? Is it Roma or he was at Roma at one stage, wasn't he? And
Yeah,
into
he
Milan.
went to Roma on loan. He's
Yeah,
at Roma. He's at Roma for loan. A loan period for this season.
yeah. But wherever he's gone now, he's failed though. To be honest, hasn't he? He ain't scored enough goals. I mean, probably at United he had a great. Was it great one season or 2 seasons there, and
Yeah.
then done nothing?
Then
But
after that, we sold him.
yeah, he failed after that. He probably got. What was it that season? Did he get nearly 20 odd goals or something? One season,
I'm not sure.
but at one stage he was good. He's great. He's got big physicality. He's a big guy, and he can outmuscle people. He's a beast, But then at times he does nothing. He's lazy, and then you think, well, he's got that strength and physicality. Why can't he outmuscle people and get all these goals and like he used to be able to? Because he's been was at Chelsea for a long time, wasn't he? Went off on
Yeah,
loan from there most of the time, didn't he? So, but it's a shame really because he's got all that potential. He's had that potential from a very young age, and he hasn't really gone on and kicked on. He's done it at times, but it's not consistent enough, is it? So, shame really.
yeah. I think for Man United, Lukaku has only scored like 16, 16 goals,
Oh
and
right,
that has been his best season. 2017, 2018.
Yeah,
But apart from that season, and up to now, there's not scored like above 15 goals per season.
oh, right. So 17 was probably his best at United then, around 17
Yeah.
goals. But if he could just, somebody could fire him up, kick him up the arse, and get him going again. He'd be amazing again. He'd get loads of goals. But it's just something about him. I don't know what it is. Nobody can always get the best out of him, unfortunately. But I think he will come good again. Maybe I think he will, but I don't know when.
Uh, for me, I hope he does come.
Yeah,
And also, for me, I hope that maybe if he performs well that this season, that maybe Roma will decide to sign him on a permanent deal. And also, as an United fan, if Chelsea sells Lukaku to Roma, it will mean more money for us
yeah,
since we have the sell-on clause.
yeah. So it's giving you money, isn't it? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so that's why I'm hoping he'll perform this season.
yeah.
So now we go to the golden boot race.
Yeah.
So we have Haaland.
And
Um,
Bomo there. Look,
yeah, we
yeah.
have Haaland from Man City. We have Ferguson from Brighton. Bowman from
What's
West
that?
Ham, and one of your Brentford player.
Yeah,
Um,
Bomo. Yeah,
yeah, Bomo has been on very good form the whole of these past four games. I think for my FPL team, I've signed like three of those players. I've signed Mbomo,
oh,
Haaland,
brilliant.
and Bowman, and they've really they've performed well.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I think the only reason why Ferguson is in the race is because of his performance in the last match against Newcastle.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Good player. Good player. Yeah. Well, it's the usual suspect. I mean, Haaland, anyway, that's the usual suspect, isn't it? He's going to be right. He probably will be the top goal scorer again, no doubt. But I'd like to see Mbomo up there if he finishes that in that top, goal scorers list. That say third or fourth, even. That'd be something because it means we'll be up there. It'd be a success for Brentford. So, but I mean, if Tony comes back, if he does, could he get as many? I mean, he won't have a full season to do it in. He's got, was he have 3, 4 months, 5 months, maybe
yeah,
4 months to do something. But I'm not sure he'd be right up there. Bowen, he's good. I think I'm surprised he's not in the England team either, the squad. He could be right up there still. I'm trying to, because there's no Kane anymore, is there? So he won't be up there. Yeah, I think definitely Haaland. I think there's nobody's going to beat him for that. The Golden
yeah.
Boot.
I also think so too
Um,
because we'll have maybe said Salah from
Salah, yeah,
Liverpool.
could
Huh?
be up there. Salah. What about
But
Nunes? Do you think he could have a good season? Nunes for Chelsea or
who? Nunes.
Darwin Nunes? He's
He, he,
scoring, isn't he, at the moment?
he could finish up there.
Who else? What about Arsenal? What about Jesus? Could he be out there?
No.
No. He's not prolific, is he? That's the problem. He's not natural goal. He's not prolific goal. He wasn't at Man City either, so that's the only problem with him, I think.
And also, I think for Jesus, he has always been
Yeah.
like he has always been in a shadow of another like striker. Like I think at Man City it was under the shadow of like Aguero, and now Arsenal is not that. He's good, but
Mm.
he has not like performed to like the expectation somebody like will have expected from him. Now him being the solo scorer in
Yeah.
this, yeah.
I'll tell you who else could be up there. Maybe Watkins, Ollie
Okay,
Watkins for Villa.
that one I'm not sure.
He's the one who used to play for Brentford. He used to play for us. He plays for Villa, Aston Villa, striker. Ollie
Yeah,
Watkins.
what Kings could be up there.
Yeah, he's I don't know what he's got at the moment. Is he only got a couple? I think at the moment, but is he not on your list there? Hasn't he got and you got a full list of it, or was this
No,
only?
for me, I think I only put like the top four,
Oh right, yeah,
but I can share the list if I.
yeah. If he's got, I'm sure he's got at least a couple, hasn't he? Watkins at the moment. Think so. Could be wrong. But I'll have a look. Edward. Oh, he's up there.
It's up.
Barring March. Oh, he's got Son. Oh yeah, Son. He's another one.
Yeah,
Son, isn't he?
yes. So Son is a good strike. He's a good like attacker on the wings. I don't think what Kings has scored any goals
Oh,
this
he's not up
season.
there. No,
Yeah,
no, probably not then. Um, yeah, definitely Son though. I think Son could get up there. He
yeah.
got
It,
another
it could be
chance.
Suns. It could be Suns season to challenge like Haaland for the
Yeah, he's
golden boot.
got no Kane there now though. He's got no Kane. He was his sort of strike partner, wasn't he there?
Yeah,
Kane,
and
but
now and now Son will be like the main provider of goals for Tottenham,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
then
I
maybe
think he'll be up there. Um, yeah, I
and
can't see
from
anyone else, but I think Haaland will definitely win it again. So
yeah, that's a guarantee. And then he'll maybe face competition from Son and Salah.
yeah,
That's my thinking.
yeah, I agree with you there, mate. Yeah,
So what about assist as well?
assists. Trying to think. Well, obviously you got the City players. Roy Prowse, yeah, yeah, he does a lot. Mitoma, yeah, yeah,
Mutoma
so
is a good winger, especially last season when he has been dangerous in providing goals.
yeah,
And
yeah.
also,
I'm trying to think who else would be assist. Saka, would you think Saka would be up there? Uh,
yes, Saka could be. If
hmm.
Arsenal continues to perform the way they are, or Arsenal improves their performance, Saka could be up here for the playmaker of the season.
What about Odegaard? Do you think he could be up there?
Only what?
Odegaard, Odegaard for Arsenal. Odegaard,
Odegaard.
yeah.
Yeah, he could be. But I don't think Odegaard has he provided any assist this
Um,
season?
I think he did. I thought he done one for was it Nketiah or whatever? Is it for Nketiah? I'm sure at least he's done one or two. Um, yeah, oh, the Golden Glove. Yeah, yeah, Edison definitely. He's right there. Oh, Flecken, you got Flecken there, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think Flecken is a new goalkeeper in the Premier League.
yeah, I'd like to see him do well. I'm not sure he'll win that. I don't think he will, but I don't think he's going to be as good as Raya yet. I think he needs at least one season for us to show what he can do. I think he'll come into his own more next season, Flecken. I think Allison and Edison will definitely be right up there still.
Yeah. And if David De Gea was here, I could have maybe said David De Gea could be his challenger for the Golden Glove. But with David De Gea out and then Allison having problems at Liverpool, I think Edison might have a clear chance at winning the Golden Glove. Because I think we said, oh, he won't be able to challenge Ederson for that long, considering Tottenham's defense. He won't be able to get that many clean sheets.
Yeah. What about Nana? Do you think he'll be up there or not? Or United?
Nah, Anana can be up there for maybe top 5, but that if United improves in their
Yeah.
performance. But if we don't, then Anana can be up there. That's my
Mm.
thinking. What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, it's possible he could be up there. I mean, as you say, United need to, improve, especially defensively and whatever. But I'm trying to think who else would be up there. Really, other keeper, Martinez, he would be up there surely for Villa.
Yeah,
Emi Martinez, so surely he'd be up there.
yeah, but I
Um,
believe Martinez has a chance to be up there as well. Who else? What about Ramsdale?
yeah, Ramsdale, why not? I mean, at times he's been a bit shaky, I think, this season, but I think he'd still be up there. I think if Raya comes in and gets a good long run of games for Arsenal, I'm sure he'll be up there as well. So
Hmm.
I think he might come in the cup games at least, maybe Raya. Probably in the FA Cup or well, he's obviously probably be in the League Cup, probably Champions League as well. So I think there's potential for him to be up there. I don't know. I can't think of any others that would be up there. There's not many others, I don't think. No, I can't think of any others. Chelsea one? What about who's the Chelsea one?
Roberto Sanchez.
Yeah. Was he the one from Brighton, wasn't
Yeah, he
he? Yeah.
was from Brighton.
Yeah, maybe him. He could possibly be up there.
But I feel like Chelsea, their defense has been a problem, so that could make him lose the top
Yeah.
uh, Golden Glove.
Yeah, probably not then. I don't know, really. I don't know. Who else? There's got to be another good keeper. Just trying to think of another one, really. The Palace keeper. They don't concede many, Palace, do they?
No,
I'm trying to think who their goalie is now, Palace. Is it Johnston? Yeah, they got Johnston, isn't it? I think it's Johnston at Palace now.
for Paris.
Yeah, for Palace, yeah. Sam Johnston, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the main ones you got there, probably. Edison, Vicario, Allison, them sort, and possibly Ramsdale and Raya, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be about it for them.
Then what about like team? I think the next part of the video is like the team form of the
The
video.
form, team form. Well, who would you say would be top of that team form.
like for excellent form.
Yeah,
I think a team that has been on excellent form, you can say, is Man City. It's only team that deserves to be in excellent form.
are you still on about goalkeepers?
No, I'm saying like team form.
Oh, team
Team.
form. Sorry. Team
Yes.
form. Yeah. Well, I think City. Yeah, definitely City. I think who else? Liverpool, Spurs.
I'll maybe say like Tottenham, Liverpool, West Ham, Arsenal, and
Yeah,
Brighton
West
have been
Ham.
on good form.
Yeah, West Ham
They haven't been
definitely.
on excellent because of, you see, they haven't like won all of their games that way.
Yeah, yeah. I think at the time being, I mean, it's a long way to go, isn't it? I mean, it's a marathon, isn't it? Really, it's not a race; it's a marathon. So
Yeah.
it's going to depend on who's in best form at the end of the season, isn't it? And who's doing well, who's winning most games, and or not dropping points and all that. So that's what it's going to when it's going to matter, isn't it? The
Yeah.
second half of the season. So
And who do you think have been on bad form like this first four games?
yeah, see, because that's a bit deceiving because some of them teams can go on a run. Start winning a lot of games and picking up more points. So that can be deceiving at the moment, the way it is. I mean, Newcastle, for a start, they're going to start picking up points, aren't they?
Yeah,
And moving up.
I see
So,
Newcastle pick up points. Yeah,
yeah, they can't be in a bad run for too much longer, surely. So, United as well, they're going to pick up.
yeah.
Even I still think
And not,
Chelsea will.
I doubt Chelsea might be. Chelsea is a team that is shaky.
Yeah, at the moment they are, but I think they will come good, eventually. So, I think I think West Ham, though they're doing well at the moment, I don't think they'd maintain that. West Ham, I think they might go down a bit more, possibly to the bottom half again. Not the very bottom half, but middle, around there maybe. So I don't think they won't be in trouble, but I think they won't be where they are now. West Ham. I think Villa could possibly be up there again in the top 10. So I think they're going a good run at some stage. As I say, us as well there, because we're, eighth at the moment. If we can go on a run of actually winning games rather than drawing, we could be up in that near the top 5, even
Yeah,
there. So, if we could get somebody who could score goals to put the chances away, we'd be up there. So, um, Palace, I don't know. Their trouble is getting a lot of goals, Palace, I think, some of the time. They don't score enough. Yeah, I still don't know about Spurs either. I think they might fall away. They're doing well at the
well,
moment, but I think they're going to fall away a bit. Liverpool still be up there. They still get, I reckon, at least full fifth, something like that. Yeah, definitely City. You can't beat them. I think Arsenal are going to be up there as well, probably at least fourth, third. They won't win it, so um, yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, it's still early to say, isn't it? But this is only what we can sort of predict at the moment. But there's a long way to go, isn't there? So
it will be a long way to go.
yeah,
I'm trying to look for the fixture difficult list.
Yeah, because we obviously got Newcastle next, so that's going to be tough for us, isn't it? So, I mean, they could pick up there. They could easily, because they've been losing or whatever, so they could come back and beat us. But I hope they won't. But who United got next?
I think we got like Brighton next, and then Burnley, then Crystal
Mm,
Palace, then Brentford. We basically have like a good run of form.
yeah, yeah. Well, Brighton would be tough, wouldn't they? Yeah,
Yeah, but Brighton will be a dangerous team for us to face, and if we are not careful, Brighton could actually come
yeah,
to our stadium and then win.
yeah. We got Newcastle, Everton. Who's that? Forest as well. Right.
Yeah, and that's it seems like for Newcastle, and it's a difficult game for you guys, but for them it's a play in terms of
Mm.
fixture difficulty. It means they'll have an easier time, I guess, to guess.
Yeah, yeah. Your next few games are not too bad. I think Brighton will be tough, but um, Burnley, no, they're not too great at the moment, so you should beat them. Palace, yeah, that could be tough. Tough defensively, Palace as well, and definitely you got a tough one there, Brentford. you might you might not win that one. Like,
But Bedford we can win.
well, I don't know, mate. I don't know about that, but mind you, you're at home there, so yeah, we're not as
Especially,
not as great away from home as we are at home, I think. But I don't know. Sheffield United, you should win that one. You got City as well at home. Yeah, a few tough ones and a few easier ones, but um, how many points do you reckon you'll get out of that? Do you think you'll make?
for, for the next 4 games.
Yeah,
If we play very well, we can get 12 points maximum.
12. Mm,
But if we play the way we play, we only have like 6. We can only get 8 points.
mm.
That's my thinking.
Yeah, well, if you pick up, as you say, you can get 12 points easily if you start playing well and start doing, I think, as you say, your defence is a bit shaky at the moment. I think you
Yes.
attack. I suppose you are getting chances, making chances, aren't you? So,
It's
uh,
also the midfield as well. If
mm,
if we can get the ball for midfield to attack, it will really help us to score goals.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because from defense to the midfield, it has been good, but midfield to attack, it's now the problem.
yeah. And you start getting you got Hovland there now and Rashford and that. If they start getting goals, you'll be well away, mate. You'll be right up there. So
Okay.
you only need somebody to get on a run of form, scoring goals, and that's it. You'll be right up there. So, as I say, who's got the harder games? Would you say there?
The next 4 games,
Yeah,
I'd say Wolves,
Spurs, Wolves.
because
Yeah.
it is two like red difficult teams.
Well, you got
Man
Luton.
City,
Should beat Luton.
Liverpool, also
Um,
also like West Ham has difficult teams.
yeah, City
Tottenham
and
has two
Liverpool.
difficult teams they'll face.
Hmm.
Brighton has
Yeah.
two, Brentford has two.
Hmm.
So I think like those are the ones with that difficult game months coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. Be be interesting to see what, because we got at least another week of international, though, haven't we, to wait? So,
Yeah.
that's the only thing. It's a bit boring when it comes to international matches, doesn't it? You're enjoying the Premiership, all back to Premier, and then you got the bloody international, and you think, oh shit, man, I was enjoying the Premiership, and then it goes to that. But
Yeah. Then you have to find you have to find something to do for those
yeah,
2 weeks without club football.
yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, not good, is it? But
Yeah.
I suppose in a way you still got to support your country, but I mean, with England, I think it's just got a stupid, useless manager, England, Southgate. So I don't think we'll ever win anything under him. So I can't see that happening. But you know,
But I heard that you guys could be getting Pep Guardiola as manager.
who do you think I'd want as manager? England.
I'm saying, I'm saying, England wants to get like Pep Guardiola in as
Yeah,
national.
yeah, yeah. Well, we definitely need a better manager. Let's be honest. I mean, he ain't good enough, is he? So he's too stubborn for a start. He picks his favourites all the time. So, you know,
And also, I
we need
think
a
I
proper
think with
manager.
Southgate, I'm saying with Southgate, he has lost to guys a lot of like trophies, like
Yeah,
the Euros final. Was it 2021 or when you guys faced Italy? If
yeah,
you guys stuck to your normal lineup and most of your players will have scored the penalties, will have won the Euros at that time. And also for the World Cup, if he stuck to his normal lineup and not to his favorite, will have won at that time. So I'll have to end the stream there. Thank you guys for joining the stream, and we'll see you next time.